Hi, can we get a different writer? Doctor Who exactly, which is exactly about Doctor Who, you would think. It's a vlog series in which I try to, as non-professionally possible, try to dissect what worked and didn't work for me on an episode of Doctor Who. So, if you have been here following with me since the start of the season, you know that I thought it started off really well, and then it went okay, and then we got Rosa, which was really good, and then it went okay, and now we're literally, again, it's just okay. I'm beginning to think that Chris Chibnall might not be like a really outstanding writer for Doctor Who. That sounds slanderous. That sounds like I should be getting arrested anytime soon by people saying like, well, at least he's not Stephen Moffat. No, he's not Stephen Moffat, and I'm happy he's the showrunner. Here is the thing though. Chris Chibnall has now written 5 out of 5 episodes. He has one episode where he's a co-writer, so Mallory or Marjorie Blackman, I don't know her first name anymore. The lady who helped write the 3rd episode, Rosa, she had the primary writer's credit. He had the secondary writer's credit. So that means that 5 for 5 of these episodes so far have had direct input from Chris Chibnall. And this is a very peculiar thing. Like, even when Russell T Davies wrote the Doctor Who episodes, he'd usually do like the series opener, and then the 2nd episode, and then the series finale, which would usually be a 2-parter, sometimes a 3-parter. Stephen Moffat did it a little bit different. Like, he would write the series opener, and then very often the series would be split into 2. He'd write like the first half of the series finisher, and then the series new half series opener, and then the series finale, which was usually a self-contained thing, except with the Peter Capaldi years, which again used 2-parters. So here we have a showrunner that decided by putting his mark on the show itself, he's gonna kick it off with just, you know, like all Chris Chibnall all the time. And I like Chris Chibnall just fine. I mean, Dinosaurs on the Spaceship is a fun romp, and you know, Cubed or The Power of 3 really isn't that bad as a character study for like the Doctor and, you know, the Ponds. But I have been inoffensively so not been wowed by the run on the show so far. I really like the characters. He's writing the characters fantastic. I've taken a shine to Graham. I've liked the 13th Doctor. She's quite fun, but the stories themselves, they have not been terrific, really. And even The Woman Who Fell to Earth mostly had to, you know, draw from its characters to be good. Yeah, I've just spoken, rambled for quite a bit, because we have now arrived at the 5th episode, and this series is already halfway over. This is the Tsurunga Conundrum, and this is basically Doctor Who meets a gremlin. Not like in Steven Spielberg's Gremlins, where they murder people. This is like the Bugs Bunny gremlin. It's even Tasmanian devil-like in its behavior. It's just a small little thing that eats everything in sight that isn't organic. It's just like one of a dime of a dozen kind of things. So many other shows have done creatures like this that it's not unique. And in itself, again, that's not a bad thing. You can borrow heavily from everything you want if you put your own spin on it. But I didn't feel anything unique about this aside from the fact that no, it just roars a little bit. So the Doctor is on a basically it's an ambulance. It's a huge spaceship ambulance, and she's trying to get off, doesn't work, then they find out there's this little monster eating everything that isn't flesh, and they have to stop it, and they can't touch it, and it's just kind of stuff happening, and not anything really memorable or noteworthy. Not like angry, frustrated. Like I said before, this series is half over, and everything's been just okay-ish, and I really want to get some new, fresh takes. I want to get other people to do the Doctor, and now apparently the last bit of the series is gonna be all new writers. That's good, but why were they not somewhere in between? Did Chris Chibnall really need to spend so much time with the Doctor before he let other people play with his toys? And the characters in this episode, they were okay. I liked the Doctor in the beginning, I forgot his name, Astos. Like, I liked the fact that the Doctor had to compete with a Doctor for a level of authority, and in a way, the Doctor could be a patient to a Doctor, if you know what I mean. So she would have to defer some of her authority, and he just unceremoniously, you know, gets written out of the episode by a very stupid mistake. And then you get the pregnant guy who's like a joke, and I'm like, okay, fine. And I like the brother and the sister, the general and a mechanic. Their time with us was very brief and, you know, short-lived. And then you get that android, and he didn't really add anything aside from a funny one-liner. And this episode is just, it's a bucket of okay. Strangely enough, this series is still doing very well in the ratings, like they've been the highest since the David Tennant years. So that's cool. And again, I'm not giving this show crap for being subpar or average. I'm just saying I was expecting more. Maybe that's me. Maybe I just had my expectations set too high. Tell me what you think. There's a comment section down below. You can insult me. Somebody made a joke about my face a while ago, and you can follow me on social medias, all those things. Do all the stuff you need. I really hope next week is going to be good, or at least different. Come on, I'd even take a Love and Monsters now. Dear God, what am I saying?
There's a man out there.
Sorry, folks. We ran out of gas. Yeah, you know how it is with these A-cards.